Hey everybody, welcome to the show. I am your host, Joe Burnich, and what we do here is we basically simplify, we demystify all this complicated online marketing stuff. There's so much stuff you need to learn, there's so much stuff you need to know. A lot of it's just BS that you don't really need, but what we want to do in this show is focus on the important stuff, the stuff that really works. And I want to take real life examples. So if you have a marketing question, or if you're stuck with Google or some sort of online marketing issue, your website, whatever, and you want some help, give us a call here at 406-493-1881. And we'll set up a call appointment, or just send an email to me and then I'll make, a recording about your specific question. The email is joe@bigwestmarketing.com. So today what we're going to talk about is something that I've seen happen over and over and over. And what happens is people log into their Google My Business account and everything has disappeared, and it's basically Google's asking you to set your business up like it's brand new. Okay, this is a very common problem, and I'm going to tell you what it typically is, and so that when you run into this, you don't get yourself into trouble with Google. So let's get started with that right now. Okay, so like I said, typically what happens is someone is, needing to make an update to their Google page. Maybe they need to change their address, their phone number, the hours. Maybe you want to add some pictures to it. All this kind of stuff is very important. You want to keep everything up to date, and you want to keep fresh pictures in there, once a week or once a month, depending on the type of business you have. So what you want to do, and this is good for SEO, and it's also good for conversions. If people are checking you out online and they're checking out your Google profile, you want to have the correct information. Maybe you want to make a little Google post onto your Google My Business account. I've got other recordings based on, that, and we'll dig into it just a little bit. But for now, what happened was, what got this going is a friend of mine, Sheila, here in Missoula, Montana, that's where I'm located. She called me up and she's like, hey, I needed to make a change to my Google page. I logged in and it's like everything just disappeared. And she was kind of freaking out. She's kind of going into panic mode. Why would Google delete her business from the internet? Okay, well, most of the time that it's not the case that it's been deleted. And you can always check by just going to Google and typing in your business name. So her business name is the Montana Adventure Shuttle. Okay, so if I type in the exact business name and I see this little panel come up that shows all of her information, it shows her picture of her van, it shows her contact information, her reviews, a link over to the website, all that stuff. That means that the business has not been deleted off of Google. Okay, the business is there. It's just accessing this is the issue. Okay, and so what happened in her case, and which is the case most of the time, is when she set this up 6 months ago or a year ago, whatever. She didn't have a business email yet, so she just set it up under her Gmail. When you first set it up, Google will prompt you to use your Gmail, and if you're logged into Gmail, it's going to use that Gmail that you're currently logged into. So if you have several Gmail addresses, which happens all the time, people go to edit something in their Google page and they're not logged into the original Gmail that they used when they set the account up. Okay, and that's exactly what Sheila did in this case. She had used her old Gmail to set it up originally, and then she changed over to a business email, and that still worked through Google. Her business email was still through Google, but she wasn't logged in, with the correct email. So basically what happened was I said, Sheila, just log out. Don't go through the verification process and don't do anything right now. Don't start filling information out. Just let's check to make sure that the business exists on Google, which it does. Okay, so now we know we don't need to recreate it or create a new one or create a duplicate. Duplicates are going to get you into trouble with SEO if you're trying to rank on Google. You don't want duplicate pages out there. That is one of the worst things you can do, and we see it all the time. In fact, when we take on an SEO client, that's one of the first things we do is clean that up, get rid of duplicate Google pages that people set up because they forgot their original logins, etc. So what you need to do is make sure you figure out which Gmail or which email you used when the very first time you set up your Google My Business account. Okay, so you go to business.google.com, and you're not and it's saying your business isn't there anymore. Log out first thing in the upper right hand corner. Log out of your account like this. Okay, sign out. And then log in with a different email, an email that you think you may have used to originally sign up with it. And keep trying all your emails until you find the one that will show you this. And if you're listening to this, you're not going to be able to see. But when I go to business.google.com, and if I'm logged into the right account, it's going to show me my business and allow me to make edits to it. If it shows you a screen that says, hey, get started, then you know that you're in the wrong account. So it's not that Google deleted your let's recap here. It's not, if you log in and it looks like Google deleted your business account, most likely it's because you logged in with the wrong email. You used a different email when you first originally set it up, or maybe you hired a marketing company to set it up for you. You need to find out what email they used. Okay. Now, so this kind of brings me to another point that I want to share with you guys that I think is going to be very helpful. It seems basic, but it's something that most business owners don't do, and it is super important. Okay, it's as important as holding the title to your vehicle, to your car or your truck. Okay, you want to make sure you have all your usernames and passwords in a spreadsheet, in an Excel spreadsheet. And the reason I say Excel spreadsheet and not something else is because Excel, number one, will organize it into columns. So you put the website, you put the username, you put the password, and then you can put notes. Okay, and so it's all laid out in columns. I don't like using Word documents or like Notepad documents, stuff like that. I like to have it in an Excel spreadsheet, or there's lots of free spreadsheets out there, but Excel is the one, the Microsoft Excel is the one that most people use. And you can actually put a password on that spreadsheet so that people can't like get on your computer and check that out. Okay, so but you need to have that. You need to have that in a spreadsheet. You can also print it out and have a hard copy and put that into your safe, whatever you want to do. But you need to every time you create a username and password for anything, I don't care if it's Facebook, if it's Google, if it's Yelp, it's anything online. Put it in one spreadsheet, put it all together, and keep it organized and keep it updated. I've got hundreds. I mean, obviously I can't show this here, but I've got hundreds of usernames and passwords that I've created over the years for myself, for my clients, for everything that we do. And I'll tell you what, anytime I need a password, I go there and I just do a search for the website, okay? And then it'll tell me a password that I created 4 years ago that I totally forgot about, okay? And so so you can see right now that, and a lot of people, what they'll do is like, oh, well, my marketing person has all my, usernames and passwords for me. They'll take care of it. I don't ever need to worry about it. What if something happens to that marketing person? That's like saying, hey, I'm going to let my mechanic hold on to I'm going to put the title of my car into my mechanic's name because he knows more about cars than I do. No, that's your car. Okay, you need the title in your name and you need it in your possession. Okay, now it's the same thing with your usernames and passwords, especially if you own a business. Okay, you want to make sure that you, not somebody else. I don't care how much money you're paying them. You want them to have it, and you want to have your own copy of every username and password. Okay, because you never know what's going to happen. You never know if you're going to change marketing companies. You never know. You just never know what's going to happen. And getting stuck, not knowing the login to your Google account, your Yelp account, your Facebook account, getting stuck not knowing that stuff, and then wanting somebody to help you or wanting you to help your business get marketed online, all of a sudden you're stranded. You're like on an island with nothing, no boat, no help, no phone. You're stuck, okay? And there's lots of ways to get around it. You can request new passwords, you can call up, but man, you could save yourself so much time and money, because time is money when it comes to business, if you just put it into a spreadsheet and keep that spreadsheet up to date. Okay, so it may sound like it's something simple and obvious and kind of like not that important, but I'll tell you what, we have people that will pay us to do marketing for them for 2 months. And our hands are tied because we don't have the usernames and passwords that we need to do simple changes that can make all the difference. People get set back a month, 2 months, and they're paying us to just wait for those passwords, and it's not fair to the client. It's not fair to us, when we're trying to help you. So usernames and passwords, so important. And so that just reminded, I wanted to talk about this because it reminded me when I was talking to Sheila about how important it is to notate exactly what your username and password is for your Google account, for your GoDaddy account, for your Google AdWords account if you're doing AdWords, for your Facebook account, your business account. If you're doing Facebook ads and you don't know the username and password, I mean, come on. You gotta keep this stuff organized, guys. Okay, so that's it. I'm not going to ramble anymore. I just wanted to, give you guys a tip in case you log into your Google account and it looks like your business has disappeared. It's usually not the case. It's just because you're using the wrong username and password, the wrong email and password. Okay, so I hope that helps. Now, if you, like I said at the beginning of this, if you have any specific questions, or if you're stuck with something and you can't figure something out, or you have questions about websites, web design, web conversion, hosting, all that kind of stuff, how to set a business up online with Google, with Facebook, with Yelp, with any of this online stuff. If you feel overwhelmed and if you have questions about this is all free. You can call me and we'll set up a recorded call, 406-493-1881, or just email me at joe@bigwestmarketing.com, and we can either set the call up that way, or you can ask your question directly online there on email, and then I'll create a video based on that, or a show based on that. So thank you guys for watching. Those that are listening to the podcast, thank you for listening. Once again, my name is Joe Burnich. Let's get this marketing stuff figured out. Talk to you soon.